And then for specifics for procurement, keep in mind that no one's an expert at everything. It's very difficult to get all of your IT folks to feed you the information that you need to help do your job effectively. And so the best thing to do is really work within those decisions and challenge them to defend those decisions, and understand too that people just, as a rule, hate change. And so a lot of times it's hard to get those extra ones. So as you're trying to do this, like I said, the RFI is the way to go. You definitely want to do the request for information, figure out what's out there. If you don't like the solution you have, do another RFI. Companies put all this stuff together for you at no cost. It's a free training class. And if you don't like it, get another one. And, you know, like I said, encourage options. That 100% of the time is the best solution. People love to save you money because they know that that brings value in your eyes as far as their services, and that helps you out. And make sure that all of your vendors know that this is going to be an open spec. If you tell your vendor it's going to be a hard spec, they are going to give you list pricing, the worst pricing, all the way down the board. Doesn't matter who it goes through. They're going to recoup those rebate costs, but they are not going to give you the best price. If they know they have to compete, they're going to be competitive and they're going to do what's right. So, but in order to do this, you have to know yourself kind of what you want, right? You can't just put an RFI out and say, all right, we need an RFI for every cooling solution that's on the market for a data center. Because then you'll get a volume and body of work that does you no good. Now, if you go out and say, we need a cooling solution for a data center that is this number of megawatts, and we're building it out to X number of kilowatts per cabinet, and we need to be able to cool that across the floor, and we're going to have one area that's blade servers that are going to be 18 kilowatts a cabinet. What solutions do you have for both of these? And the only way that you're going to get those clear statements to be able to do an effective RFI is going to be working with all of your different divisions within the data center and have them talk to each other. You know, I can't tell you the number of meetings that I've been in where the facilities guys are on one side of the table, the IT guys are on the other side of the table, and you have to introduce them to each other, and they work in the same data center. Because everybody is so focused on what they have to do, and we've gotten siloed because the budgets have gotten siloed, and people forget that there's other people around. And, you know, some companies do an exceptional job of making sure everybody's considered, but it's not across the board. So, but you have to be clear in your statement and your RFI. And then if you say, and if there's a better solution, that'd be great. And maybe somebody comes back to you and says, look, if you can go up 1 kilowatt a cabinet and spread that hot load, you don't even need my cold aisle containment solution. That's probably a company you really want to look at because they're looking out for your best interest. So you have to have clear expectations. You have to be able to say things in clear format. Like, you don't want vague statements. I want to improve my energy efficiency. Okay. By how much? By doing what? You know, I could go in and change out all your light bulbs to LED light bulbs, and then that's great. And I can say, well, you don't need to say the energy efficiency on my product now because we just put LED lights all over your data center. Well, that's not great either, right? Ask them what else they have to help you on the way. A lot of manufacturers, you will find, have relationships with your local power companies that can tie you into grants and rebates for their different solutions, and that it helps pay for that solution. LED lights is a great example. You go to an LED lighting company, they probably have something worked out where it's 25 cents on the dollar or something with a power company. So ask for those, you know, what can you do to help us fund this project? Do you have other avenues of funding? And make sure, obviously, that security is part of that, and make sure they understand how long you want this in place. Because life cycle makes a big difference. It makes a difference in how it's depreciated. It makes a difference in the solution that's provided. It also makes a difference in whether they say, look, you know, you probably don't want to look at this one. We have another one that's coming out that has 2% better energy efficiency in the power supplies if you can wait a month. And those are the kind of things, when you give those clear guidance and ask for options, that you'll get. And don't be afraid to Google. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. I Googled, I don't remember what I Googled on this one, like procurement contracts or something. But there's all kinds of stuff out there. Read a few, play around with them, see what's going to work for your environment. People are always happy to share. So the ones that I have been sort of crowdsourced through a lot of different companies. And so they're probably not going to be everything you need, but they'll be a good kickstart anyway.